You can tell this is fake. An 8062 Strat would be a maple fretboard and a single ply pickguard. Right, this one's obviously a 3-ply pickguard. You see this little black strip in the middle? That's the middle ply. The fretboard seems mahogany or something darker. Maple is very, very bright. I have the same kind of like this one. Not sure if this mahogany, but something darker. So you see, it's not very, very bright. On the other hand, this could be maple. I'm not sure. I know maple is brighter in color. I'm not sure about the structure. This is closer to what maple would look like. Get him back. Why did I do it? Jesus. Shouldn't have done that. All right, and this one's obviously fake because maple. All guitars must be electric by 2030. This is not a gas-powered guitar. I'm not sure what this even is. This is Greta voting for electric guitars, and I totally agree. By the way, I'm Vadusha and I approve this mess. By the way, I'm Vadusha and I'm the greatest expert on guitars and music in the entire world, and maybe even on YouTube. Jokes aside, I'm Vadusha and this is my channel where I'm trying to make the world better by making it have more good songs, preferably mine and yours. Now I will never lose it again. Alright, losing picks is a problem I have never had. I know the meme, I know the struggle, but you glue this thing on top of your guitar. You make sure you have a habit of putting the pick in there every time you finish playing. Just do this, never lose your pick again. And I mean, I have a lot of picks, and they're handcrafted. That's like 30 of them. I'm not using them. That's one here. That's all I need. Glue this little pick holder on top of your guitar. Make sure you buy the Dunlop one, because the Dunlop pick holder is the best. Ultimately, the best pick holder ever. There's the Dario and all other pick holders. This one is the best. It holds best and it works best. And it lets your picks in, lets your picks out, no problem. I know some people glue that right here so that it's not on the face side of the guitar. Some people glue it right here, also an option. I like it here. I like the aesthetics of it. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. I'm gonna get an 8-string guitar so you can access more octaves. Zeros. Yeah, playing zeros is actually fun, and it gets progressively more fun the lower your tuning gets. So if it's E sounded, it's not fun at all. If it's D, already more fun. If it's a B, it's even more fun. Bending is easier. Vibratos are crazy. And zeros are fun. But for that you need a thicker string gauge. Mine are 9s, so that's pretty hard for me to play this low. Jesus. Zeros. Approved. My brain is too smooth. The smoothest there is. Your words simply slide right off. This meme showcases nobody willing to learn music theory, though music theory is a very important subject. It lets you know how to solve problems. Without it, you compose a song, you hit a roadblock, and you don't know what to do except for trial and error. Just randomly try things out and see what works, what doesn't. With music theory, you have all the tools you need to overcome any hurdle. So music theory is a very important thing. Totally recommend learning it. I picked it up way too far in my music career. I wish I'd learned it sooner. I'm looking for an acoustic guitar with clearly defined low end. There you go. Yeah, this low end is clearly defined, clear as day. I've been watching you practice. Santa's getting you a metronome. I try to practice either to a metronome or to a backing track. This way it's more fun. This way it makes it feel like you're playing with somebody, because if you practice without a metronome, you risk learning to not being able to play with somebody else. And if you're ever planning to get on stage, this is a crucial skill. So do play to a metronome. One advice there would be to skip beats 1 and 3. If it's normally 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip the 1s and 3s. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This way it'll be more fun for you to play, and slow it down twice. So 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So like this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this way it's even more fun. This way the metronome acts as a snare and you learn to play with a drummer basically. Roses are red, violets are blue. I want a new guitar. How about you? There's a scientifically proven exact number of guitars that any guitar player needs, and that's one more. So yeah, sure, I want one more. And actually I have one being manufactured right now, waiting for it to be shipped to me this year. So one more guitar upcoming. So far I have 3 here. The bass guitar, the electric acoustic or whatever hybrid Fender, and this tiny little ukulele. Yeah, one more is always what you need. Guitar strings, but like, I've seen this meme a couple times. So the drunk DiCaprio as string number 3. And I guess the reason behind that is that the 3rd string gets more bends than any other string. At least in the boomer age, we used to do this kind of bend. When you bend this note 2 semitones, so basically 1 tone up. And this was the classic bend. Every song used to have those. It's a bluesy kind of tone, especially if you don't bend it to a unison. Instead of that, you do it slightly off pitch so that it fits the blues scale. And this string gets bent more than other strings because these are too thick and sometimes more difficult to bend if you have thicker string gauges. And these two don't leave you too much room to bend. So it's very hard to do a vibrato here with the 1st string. Very hard to learn that. 2nd string as well. String number 3, the G string, is the easiest to bend. That's why it gets detuned the most. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ever notice when geese fly in a V formation, one side is always longer than the other? This is because Randy Rhoads. Yeah, this one's fun. You see this little guitar right here? Well, this one's not, but normally Randy Rhoads' guitar shape, this bottom horn is just so much longer than the upper one, making it offset and looking really nice. So yeah, these geese look like Randy Rhoads' guitar. When we started dating, you said you had a lot of investments. I do. Strats never depreciate in value. Yeah, I've seen some people collect guitars and telling these are investments. They're not, basically. You rarely ever can sell a guitar for more money than you had bought it. It's just the same old gear acquisition syndrome, which can be justified, but you can sell your guitars. You can get at least some value out of them. This is not an investment, but rather freezing some money with the amount not growing over time. For them to grow in price, they need to be collector value guitars, like, I don't know, Jimmy Page's guitar, Jimi Hendrix's guitar, some other genius guitar, or like Metallica owned guitar, something like that. These may get more expensive with time, but just normal Strats, they never get more expensive than the price you bought it for. Songs I want to learn, my talent. You need practice to overcome this. Talent is important because talent is how you feel rhythms, talent is how your hearing works, and talent is how your ligaments in your fingers work, like in muscles and stuff. If you have these more genetically predisposed to guitar playing, more stretchy, faster moving, maybe by chance some more coordination between the hand and the brain, this will make you gain your first victories along the guitar playing way faster and easier, and it'll make the learning journey so much more fun. That's why talented guys pick up the guitar easier. But it is the practice that makes the difference. Talent lets them persist easier. But if you have enough persistence, even without the talent, you can still learn to play any song you wish, provided you invest enough hours in learning it. Have you ever dated or been involved with a musician? You may be entitled to a compensation. Not sure if this is funny at all. This is called sheet music. You can show it to a lead guitar player to make them stop playing. Yeah, for sure, the lead guitar players normally know licks, and that's all they know. I can't read sheet music. I can read tabs, but who cares? Learning to play by ear is a very, very necessary skill. Learning sheet music is important if you're gonna be a cover band or a gig musician or something. This way you can learn songs faster and have your sheet music up ready for you to play. In any other case, sheet music is not all that important with all those DAWs and tab apps around. As long as you have fun and play music, everything is alright. Billy has 7 guitars. He just bought 2 more. What does he have now? Happiness. Billy has happiness. Pure joy, I'd say. Yeah, exactly. Yes, buying new guitars does release some endorphins or something. So yeah, it does help, but it's a never-ending cycle. Very easy to get caught up in. So be careful buying more and more guitars. Jimmy Page, Jimmy Book. Puns everywhere. Tube amp, modeling. Alrighty. This meme would have been true like 15-ish years ago. Today, modeling is way better than any amps. You can model any amp. You don't have to have the physical amp, and you can have it in your DAW software. Get yourself one of these, or literally use your DAW. These are not all that expensive. This one's a little bit on the more expensive end, but impulse response technology is available in any guitar processor that's been manufactured like in the recent couple of years. And that's the thing that makes the difference, because it reads an actual amp and uses the file to then reproduce the sound of the actual amp. Instead of modeling it, synthesizing the sound, it actually reproduces the response of it. That's why it's called impulse response. So buy yourself one of these, and they go like really cheap. Or use your DAW and your audio interface. It's gotten really cheap, and you don't have to have these things, you know. You don't have to have huge amplification chains. You don't have to have huge cabinets. A tiny little device is all you need today. Playing my instrument, playing the same instrument except I'm recording it. Yeah, it kind of works this way, but there's a difference when you record with people around and when you record all alone. Because when you record all alone, you just make 1,000 takes and one of them works. That's the key to recording. Make a lot of takes. When you rent a studio, this changes because you paid money, you're nervous, you're trying to not waste the time you paid for. That's why you mess things up, and that is why you need to practice more. Fail. This one's funny. So you can see here, this is a guitar combo amp. This is a combination of an amp and a speaker in one body. This one here is a cabinet. It has the amp on top and the actual 4-speaker thing below it. They're 2 separate units. There was a point in time when these got too heavy, and for technicians to carry them around, they had to be split. This one's very light. This one in the picture is really, really heavy. But the thing that's making the sound is this little speaker here. If you mic this grill on top, it's purely aesthetical. It doesn't have a speaker behind it. So mic this part of the cabinet and make sure you mic the actual speaker, because there's 4 speakers behind it. This one has just one in the middle, and this huge one probably has 4 speakers. So mic one of them, not the actual amp. This grill is totally fake. There's no sonic elements behind it. There's just circuitures and stuff. Thank you for watching till the very end and not skipping any bit of the video. It lets YouTube know the video is interesting, and YouTube starts promoting the video, and most importantly, it makes me happy. If you liked the video, please do subscribe to the channel, and please like the video if you have a heart. I hope you all learned something from these memes, because you're awesome. Yes, you are.